Let's start with what MCP or Model Context Protocol is. I have previously released a detailed video about MCP on my Learn with Shumit YouTube channel. If you search for MCP server Bangla on YouTube, you'll find two videos. One explains what an MCP server is, and the other covers building and monetizing your first MCP server. The first is a conceptual engineering grade discussion that FreeCodeCamp later promoted as a handbook. It received wide acclaim, so if you want an engineering perspective, definitely watch that video. I'll provide the article link in the video description. The MCP server engineering grade tutorial is also available in English in this YouTube channel. I'll share that link too in the video description. I won't go into extensive detail here. I'll keep it brief. The second video, Build and Monetize Your First MCP Server, explored how to build a career as a developer by creating MCP servers. Don't take the word career too seriously. I'm not suggesting you drop everything else. I just want to show how a separate career track can be created. You can even sell an MCP server as a SaaS product. I shared that concept there and I will get back to it. But first, for those who want a quick idea, let me explain the concept of MCP. The core of an MCP server is the Model Context Protocol. Think of a protocol as a set of rules. Imagine you have a laptop with USB-B, a desktop with USB-A, and a smartphone with a Thunderbolt port. If you buy a power bank with only USB-C port, none of your devices will fit. You would need to buy separate converters for each device. The solution, of course, is a universal port like USB-C. If everything used USB-C, you could connect all modern devices easily. If you understand this, you understand MCP. We use various AI applications like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. Now, suppose you want to connect your own software, like a personal website with a dynamic blog, to these AI apps. You want to prompt ChatGPT to add new blogs or pull the latest posts into its interface. To do that, you need to connect your custom-built blog with ChatGPT. That's where MCP servers come in. ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini each have a metamorphical C port open. They have agreed to follow one universal protocol. Through that port, anyone following the protocol can connect their software. This is the Model Context Protocol. Without MCP, you would have to write glue code or specific connectors for every different AI application. Now, you just write one MCP server following the protocol and it plugs into any AI application. You don't need extra glue code. That's what MCP stands for. Now, let's get to the main purpose of today's video. Build and monetize your first MCP server. In my previous video, I showed how to build an MCP server. But since it's software, it needs hosting, marketing, and payment gateways. I introduced a platform called MCPize, where you can host all of this as a service for free. On MCPize, you can build MCP servers using Node.js, Python, or Java. You can host your server for life without being built, regardless of your user count. Your project launches as a SaaS product, and anyone can subscribe to it. You can design your own packages, premium or free, as I showed in that video. When you make a sale, you get an 85% commission and they take 15%. If it doesn't sell, they don't charge you anything. Yet hosting remains free. It's a very convenient system. In that video, I had to brainstorm the idea, a GitHub issue tracker, and build it manually. But developers are often better at building than ideating. When a developer can also ideate, they essentially become a business person. Many in our 1 lakh member community have asked for product ideas. To help, MCPize has introduced a beautiful feature called MCPize Skills. With just a few clicks, you can generate an idea, build a product, and deploy it. On the MCPize GitHub profile, they recently launched MCPize Skills. In the AI world, a skill is just additional context, telling the AI, in addition to what you know, here is some extra knowledge for you. You document these skills in Markdown or .md files using natural language, and the AI works accordingly. Today, we'll see how to go from "what should I build" to a live MCP server in one session. They have provided 3 skills: idea, build, and publish. We won't be coding, we will be prompting. We will use the cursor editor for this. For installation, there are instructions for Claude, Cursor, and Copilot. I'll copy the command for Cursor, open my terminal in a blank folder named MCPize skill, and run npx skillit install MCPize/MCPize skills agent cursor. Skillet is the package used to install these skills. Once installed, it asks which skills to include. I'll select all three: build, idea, and publish. Now, inside the .cursor folder, those three skills are ready. Before we start, we need to install the main MCPize package globally. npm install -g MCPize. Now, back in cursor, typing a slash shows the build, idea, and publish options. Let's start with /idea. I'll tell it I am a TypeScript developer. That's it. And hit enter. It starts the idea flow wizard. First question: what industry or field do you know? I choose tech and marketing, content, e-commerce. Next, what repetitive tasks do you wish AI could handle? I selected data collection, analysis, and report generation. Then, what product do you enjoy building most? I chose analytics dashboard. Next, what's your main goal? I chose passive income. How much time can you dedicate? I said weekend hack 2 to 3 days. Do you have interesting data? I said no. Who would use your MCP server? I said business users and analysts. Finally, are you okay paying for external APIs? I said zero cost only. The agent then generated 4 ideas. 1. Experiment uplift MCP, which is A/B test significance. Number 2. Marketing attribution MCP, attribution models from CSVs. Number 3. Funnel diagnostic MCP, that means detecting funnel anomalies. Number 4. Forecast scenario MCP, demand or revenue forecasts. I like the fourth one, so I said let's go with idea 4. The AI then ran competitive validation, researching competitors and demand signals on platforms like Apify. It checked Google Trends and scraped YouTube and Instagram. It even looked at weather APIs and B2B sales forecasting tools. In a traditional business, this research would cost a fortune. Next, it did a package health assessment for the necessary NPM libraries. After validation, it created a file called MCP Brief Forecast Scenario MCP.md. This is a complete business plan covering the problem statement, code tools, and data strategy. It decided on tools like create baseline forecast and detect anomalies. It outlined a tech stack using TypeScript and libraries like Zod and Day.js. It even suggested a pricing strategy, a free tier and a pro tier at $19 per month. It even handled SEO, suggesting keywords and GitHub topics, and provided a launch plan for Reddit and Twitter. If the plan looks good, it's time to build. I'll just type /build. The MCP builder starts scaffolding the TypeScript MCP server from a template. This follows the official MCP documentation. After about 5 to 7 minutes, it completed the tasks: writing code, setting up MCP tools, configuring the .env file, and running tests. The code is in a folder named Forecast Scenario MCP. It's a complete Node.js project. It even included cursor rules and a Claude.md file for AI-assisted coding. Now, the main event, deployment. I will log into the MCPize platform in my terminal. Then use the third skill, /publish. It automates the entire deployment process. It even gave me a message: deployment takes 3 to 5 minutes, grab a coffee, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Once finished, it provided a success response with 2 links, a listing link and a gateway link. The listing is a full marketing landing page that explains the product's capabilities and how to install it in Claude or Cursor. It includes a playground where potential clients can taste the 6 tools before buying. It also wrote social media posts for Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, LinkedIn, Hacker News, and Discord. This guided approach allows even a non-technical person to launch a product. This skills is incredibly powerful, and it was created using just a markdown file for instructions. To test it, I'll subscribe to a free plan of my own product. I now have access credentials and an MCP endpoint. MCPize handles all SaaS features, including payments and payouts. I can try the tools in the playground, like compare scenarios, without even installing the server. A single developer built this MCPize skill in a few days after seeing my manual tutorial before. He automated those monotonous tasks. That's how you should think. AI did not build this infrastructure, a programmer did. As a developer, don't fear for your job. Think about how to build a product like this. I'm showing you these applications so you can see the user experience and build your own SaaS products. AI is opening up passive income sources. Not every video is for everyone, but these tutorials combine AI implementation with business logic, the holistic knowledge you will need in the future. I hope you found this interesting. If you like the video, please give it a like. I also encourage you to start the MCPize repositories. Stay well, stay healthy, everyone.